It's been a nasty year for sprint car crashes, but one series is using a small device to try and learn and make progress in the big area of safety. We'll dive in on that, plus talk National Open, Pittsburgher 100, weekend racing, and a whole lot more. Let's go. It's Thursday, October 2nd. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is DIRTRACKR Daily presented by Kubota Genuine Parts. Did you know that DIRTRACKR is now on Patreon? You can actually find the show at patreon.com/DIRTRACKR. It's actually free to sign up there and just another way to keep up with everything dirt racing. If you sign up for the top tier premium membership, you can get the daily show completely ad-free. That means no platform ads, no ad content from me, just the dirt racing stuff. Members also get access to their own chat. There's extra content and other perks. If you want to join, hit up patreon.com/DIRTRACKR. You can also support the show on YouTube with a channel membership that gets you some added perks for just a few bucks a month. Click the join button at youtube.com/DIRTRACKR for more information on how to sign up. With all the injuries we've seen in major sprint car racing this year, obviously safety has been top of mind for a lot of drivers, teams, series, and tracks. I know seats and belts have been talked about along with a bunch of other areas of the sport. We've seen the development of systems like Chasm that will supposedly soften some of the blows, but even with those, there's still a lot of things to learn, and I know some drivers are for them and others are actually wary of them. These things are tough to test because crash testing in a lab can only get you so far. And so many sprint car crashes are different. Actual testing would be really cost prohibitive in a space where there just really aren't unlimited budgets. Well, one series is trying to bridge the gap between the crashes and what we know about that. In recent weeks, these little blue things have been spotted on sprint cars placed there by World of Outlaws officials, and they're a solid step in trying to learn where we can get better. And the first time I saw this was from this Tanner Holmes Facebook post a few weeks ago, and then my friend Paul Arch sent me a similar photo a few days ago. Doing a bit of research, it looks like USAC also experimented with these little devices a few years ago, but I haven't been able to confirm if they are still in play over there. But what these are is actually a little compact data recorder. When the cars are in a crash, these start recording information, and then via the QR code on them, officials can access the information recorded via an app. These little IDRs or impact data recorders were developed by a company called Impact Detection in conjunction with the FIA, which is a World Motorsports sanctioning body. And these can be used on really any race car. I've seen videos of them on touring cars and karts, and like I said, USAC tried them. And these little things are dramatically less expensive than a traditional impact recorder, some of which can cost several $1,000s. One article I found had these listed around 25 pounds as the cost, which would be near about $35 US. You stick it near the driver, close to the center of gravity for best results. And these things are small, about 6 centimeters long, and they weigh just 12 grams. Supposedly, they have a 2-year lifespan and can record up to 80 incidents before they need to be replaced. Impact Detect's website says the IDR, quote, records and stores X, Y, and Z acceleration data. Once installed in a vehicle cockpit, it records all high G impacts over a set threshold. So that gives you an idea of the type of data that these things collect. Having that added information would help officials know if drivers need to get checked for things like concussions, and they can aid in understanding the forces these guys are under when they crash. So future safety developments, better seats, things like Chasm, all of this stuff can be implemented in a much smarter way. I'm told this project is very much still in a kind of a quiet R&D phase, and it will likely be at least some time before the series kind of acknowledges it and talks about it publicly. But it's great to see some progress being made. I know these were on cars in California and Ohio, and it sounds like a decent number of cars will carry them this weekend at Williams Grove when the Outlaws come in. If you want to investigate for yourself, just search FIA IDR around the web, and you can see a bunch of the articles and videos for yourself. Chet Christner did a video for USAC a few years ago about them, which you can find over on the USAC Facebook page with a search. All right, let's run through and talk about a bunch of the racing coming up this weekend. We'll start first with the World of Outlaws sprint cars at Williams Grove for the National Open. $12,000 to win on Friday and $75,000 to win on Saturday. Carson Macedo, the defending event winner, and Anthony Macri took the only completed 2025 Outlaw show at the Grove back in May. No Macri this weekend, though, as he is still out with that back injury from Eldor, obviously talking about sprint car injuries. Yesterday, the Outlaws posted a pre-entry list that is 58 cars strong, includes all of the Outlaw teams, Pennsylvania regulars, some travelers. You're talking about, Darren Pittman, Ryan Timms, a lot of names like that are on there. It's interesting to note that on a high-limit off week and with big money on the line here, just 4 high-limit full-timers are entered. They are Gio Scelzi, Dazen Persley, Brent Marks, and Justin Peck. Rico Abreu has it on his schedule on his website, but he isn't listed on this entry list, and I know the RSR 87 with Aaron Reitzel is running with Power Eye this weekend. I'm assuming the rest of the teams are taking the weekend off, but it should be a good old-fashioned Outlaws versus Posse weekend with the big cash coming and plenty of drama inbound. Other weekend sprint car options include that aforementioned Power Eye weekend at Lee County Speedway. That one should draw solid fields. Ayrton Jennington has just about wrapped up the series championship with just a few races left. Out in California, the very tight NARC championship battle heads for Tulare on Saturday. Cannon McIntosh will be in the Roth 83. Tanner Holmes is back with Tarleton. And 4 drivers still have a shot at the NARC crown. DJ Neto leads Sean Becker, Bud Kading, and Dominic Gordon, but only 63 points cover that top 4 with 4 races left. After this weekend, it's Antioch, Kern, and Stockton to finish it out. The NARC Sprint Cars will be joined Saturday by the 360 Sprint Car Challenge Tour. Austin Wood is leading that championship. Also out west, the USAC CRA hits Mojave Valley with RJ Johnson leading Ricky Lewis by 27 points there. In Ohio, there's fast sprint cars at Atomic. The Extreme Outlaw Midgets hit Jacksonville in Illinois. And Saturday is the Tony Holman Classic at Terre Haute for the USAC National Sprint Cars. Weekend Dirt Late Model action is headlined by the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series playoffs at Pittsburgh's PA Motor Speedway for the Pittsburgher 100. Ricky Thornton Jr. comes in with an 80-point lead over Devin Moran, while Jonathan Davenport still has an outside shot. He's 160 points behind. Hudson O'Neal's 270-point deficit likely too much to overcome with just 3 races left. JD won the Pittsburgher last year, while Moran was the prelim feature winner. RTJ a winner at the track in 2023 and 2020. JD and Moran need to make up some serious ground this weekend, or this thing could be over before they even hit the track at Eldora for the Dirt Track World Championship in a few weeks. We'll see if any non-playoff drivers can spoil the party. We had that last weekend with Nick Hoffman, or if these guys will kind of just get all of the glory. As we said weeks ago, when Josh Richards' return to Dirt Late Model competition was imminent, this event was in their plans, and Richards will indeed be back in a Rocket 1 this weekend. Richards' last race at Lernerville back in August for the Hillbilly 100, but didn't finish the weekend there when they had an engine go south. His last Lucas start at PA Motor Speedway came in 2021, and he was second there in the event in 2020 after leading laps. In Kansas, the World of Outlaws late models begin their final run to World Finals with stops at Humboldt and 81 Speedway. They've got this weekend, then 2 shows at Boot Hill, and then it will be World Finals, and that's it for the 2025 season. Bobby Pierce with a 116-point lead on Nick Hoffman for the title with just these 7 races remaining. There could be some other movement down that kind of championship order, but Hoffman really the only driver with any shot at catching Pierce. The Outlaws' last race a few weeks ago in Georgia with Hoffman winning at Needmore and Ashton Winger taking Sonoya. Those races followed 4 straight wins for Bobby Pierce. Elsewhere, Mars closes out its season with 2 nights of the Fowls Frenzy, 5,000 win Friday, 12,000 to win Saturday, plus the modifieds. There's also MSCCS at Greenville for good money. There's Ironman at Mudlick and Southern Thunder at Sonoya. If you want to see kind of the full late model rundown on the schedule, head over to dirtondirt.com. If you want to see the whole kind of open wheel schedule, sprintcarratings.com is a good place to start. That's the Daily Show for today and for this week. If you've gotten all the way to this point in the episode and you don't already subscribe to the show, maybe consider hitting that button. You can subscribe for free on YouTube and the podcast places, and like and follow on Facebook. New shows posted 5 days a week to those platforms, plus DIRTRACKR.com. Hope you guys have a great Thursday and a great weekend out there. We'll see you right back here on Sunday.